Hello everyone, Dr. Mark with you again. Since I live fairly close to the beach, I let my dogs take advantage of it as much as possible. If you live close enough, you too should definitely let your dog swim at the beach. Most dogs are happy to jump in the car or truck and enjoy the beach. If the sea is rough, it just gives them an opportunity to have a long smell walk on the leash, but if the ocean is calm and no one else is around, I let them run and enjoy the water. There are several great advantages of letting your dog swim at the beach. The first is exercise. For those of us who have to work, our dogs are often left at home alone during the day and end up being sedentary. A trip to the beach is a great chance to run free, at some beaches that do not have leash laws, swim against the current, and sniff all the new and interesting smells. Exercise is something all of our dogs need. The second is keeping cool. As long as the waters are not too rough, I let my dogs go out in the water. This is not a good idea with all breeds, and there are dogs that do not like the water. But it is a good way for dogs to cool off after a run. The third, and definitely important, is socialization and bonding. There are not enough socialization opportunities in many cases, so I find that this is one of the best. The main thing I want you to take away from this video is the safety tips. Drinking water is one of the things you need to remember. This sounds weird since we are going to the water, but dogs going to the beach are likely to try and drink the water if they are running. Salt water causes a lot of problems, including leading to vomiting, and they may not do so until in the car on the way home. The second thing to remember is a flotation device. If you have a pug, a French bulldog, or one of the other breeds that is not built for swimming, this is very important. But even if your dog is a good swimmer, he or she can get tired and might need a little help. Get the best one you can afford, as it should be adjustable and have a handle in case you need to help your dog if they are having problems in the water. Fluorescent colors are also easier to see, and if you are going to take your dog out in the evening, get a vest with reflective trim. The third is sunscreen. This is not needed for all dogs, as my lab would not need it, but my sensitive Maltese does. If your dog has pale skin around the eyes, be sure to protect those areas, and do not forget the skin on the nose if it is pale or pink. Finally, do not forget foot protection. If the sand is too hot for you to walk on, it is also too hot for your dog. During the summer we see dogs lame because of the hot sand, and there are great dog booties for sale at Amazon and at pet shops that can help you avoid this. Rinse salt water off of your dog and flush the ears if needed. Dogs with floppy ears are more prone to ear infections, but if your dog has had an ear infection in the past, take an ear cleaner with you and flush the canals before going home. Since I like to walk my dogs on the beach in the late afternoon, I do not worry about overheating. For dogs that are overweight and not used to this activity, heat stroke is a real possibility. The signs I want you all to watch out for if you go to the beach are drooling excessively, panting excessively, and bright red gums. Panting excessively might be normal if your dog does not exercise much, but dogs with heatstroke will also pant much heavier than normal, and will even do so when resting in the shade. If you notice the panting, check the gums, as they will be bright red if something is wrong. You should take a look at your dog's gums before and after a walk and get used to seeing what is normal. Some other things you might notice are an elevated heart rate, an elevated body temperature, disorientation, and even vomiting and diarrhea. You have to know what is normal for your dog, so check the heart rate at home both before and after going for a walk, and buy one of those ear thermometers at Amazon for about $20. If your dog is overweight, not used to heavy exercise, or you live in a hot part of the US, then it is worth the investment. If you decide to invest in a thermometer, be sure to take your dog's temp several times at home so you are familiar with how to use it and your dog is calm when you go to take his or her temp. If your dog has a temp as high as 104 degrees Fahrenheit, it is an emergency. Vomiting can happen any time a dog drinks a lot of sea water, but if your dog has diarrhea, especially if there is blood in it and he has a fever, this should be considered an emergency. Seizures happen later, so if you do not notice the other signs and your dog has a seizure, it is an emergency. Getting your dog seen early by an emergency vet can make a big difference. Thanks for watching. If your dog has any health questions and you need more info, you can contact me at my Ask a Vet column at yourpetsathome.com. Be sure to let me know your dog's age, breed, sex, and the results of any testing you have had done. If you are still here, take a minute and look at some of the videos on my profile page. If you are interested in dogs, there is going to be something to interest you and help your pet.